to KJ's Read Aloud. Today we're going to be reading another book, David Goes to School. So before we get inside our book, we're going to hang up Golden Girl. So this is our new Letterland character, Golden Girl. And she just loves things. She loves all the Letterland characters. So let's hang her up. There you go. And Golden Girl is placed in. So she has a theme song. So are you ready to sing the theme song with me, boys and girls? Golden Girl says good in words, good in words, good in words. Golden Girl says good in words, she loves grapes. So we have some words. So let's see. Golden Girl, gorilla, grape, and guts. So these are all of our words. So let's get inside our story for today. David's teacher always says, no, David, no yelling, no pushing, no running in the halls. So it looks like David is a bad kid. I hope he be nice in the end. David, you tardy. So David was tardy in class. He did some bad things. What is he gonna do next? Sit down, David. I would not like to do that because I'll get sent to the principal office. No, just please don't do that in real life. Just please. No, note chewing gum in class. Look at that big gum that he has. It's probably nasty. If you're just stinging it out of your mouth, it's probably nasty. Probably really nasty. David, raise your hand. You always have to raise your hand because you don't want to interrupt the teacher. And it looks like David did that. Keep your hands to yourself. So it looks like he's painting and he's trying to touch a little girl. That is very disrespectful. I don't know how to say it. That's very disrespectful. Pay attention. Really, he is not paying attention inside class. You really need to pay attention. You really need to pay attention. Wait your turn, David. That is kind of rude. That is kind of rude because you're just sitting in line saying, oh, I'm so hungry. Let me just skip this line. That is very, very disrespectful. I don't care who started it. So it looks like they had into a food fight, which is very, well, the janitor might have to clean up. Sorry, janitor. Sorry, you're gonna have to clean it all up. Just sorry. Just sorry. David, recess is over. Well, that's kind of sad. That is kind of sad. Shh. Well, it looks like they're at the library and David needs to shh. So, be quiet at the library. Shh. David needs to be quiet too. Again! Looks like you gotta go to the bathroom. Always go to the bathroom first before you always start class. And it looks like he gotta go really bad. What is Mr. U starting after school? the same pigtails to that girl, and David drawed her as a pig. That is very disrespectful. That is very disrespectful. David, have you finished? Well, David has finished. He has cleaned the whole entire classroom. He better not do that again, because I'm his new teacher. Good job, David. You can go home now. Yes. Oh, that was a sweet, lovely book. So I hope y'all enjoy the story that I read for y'all today. And see you next time. Bye!
Did you enjoy KJ's story of David Goes to School? Well, it's time to rewind. Let's talk about today's story. KJ, was David a good boy or a bad boy in this story?
He was basically a bad boy, which is very disrespectful.
Disrespectful. He was disrespectful?
Yes.
So what happened first in today's story? Where was David going?
Well, he was going to school, obviously.
And do you think it was David's first day of school?
I think so.
It was David's first day of school. So on your first day of school, you're normally a little nervous, right?
Yes, and you don't have to do no tests or anything on the first day of school.
Right. So what was one of the first things that David had to learn about being in school?
Well, the teacher said, no, David, no yelling, no pushing, no running in the hall.
So what happens if you yell and run and push in the halls? People might get what?
Hurt.
They might get hurt. So you're supposed to walk correctly, right?
Yes, you're supposed to walk correctly, and please don't do that because people can get in serious injuries.
Right. And then what happened? David was what?
David, you tardy.
He was tardy. And boys and girls, do you know what the word tardy means?
That means you're late.
Tardy means that you're late. You're supposed to always be on time for class. And you're supposed to always have what? Your paper and your pencils and ready to learn, right?
Yeah, but what happens if you were inside real school and you were like really late, if there was like a snowstorm?
Well, that's a different scenario. But you're always supposed to be on time for class. So after that, David what?
Sit down, David!
David kept running. He would not sit down. You're supposed to always sit in class.
Yes, and plus he needs to work on his math problem because I see math problems on the board.
Yeah, there are math problems all over board. And then David did the one number thing that kind of ticks teachers off. He was doing what in class? Chewing gum.
You cannot eat inside class.
You're not supposed to eat inside class unless it's a special snack time, right?
Yeah, because if you eat inside class, you're not going to pay attention.
You're not going to pay attention. And then instead of bursting out your answers, you're supposed to
raise your hand. Yes, you gotta raise your hand always. But if the teacher doesn't call you, you can just use like.
You have to be patient and wait. You're not supposed to interrupt and talk over others, right?
Yes.
Right, because it's rude, right? What else? What did David do that was a big no-no?
He keeps touching people with paint.
You're supposed to keep your hands to your...
Yes, because there's a little girl and he just has paint all over her, trying to touch her with her dress or her ear.
Right, he could get in big trouble. You're supposed to keep your hands to yourself while you're in class.
Yes, because don't touch anybody inside class.
That's right. And what was David doing here? Instead of David listening to the teacher, he was what?
He didn't pay attention.
He was too busy looking out the window. And you know what? I can actually actually see why he was looking out the window, because what does the cloud look like right here? A dinosaur. And what does it look like right here? It's a car.
How is that a car?
It's a car.
But what is this?
That's a potato. It's a potato plant that you grow in water.
What is a potato?
So, what did David do when he got to the lunchroom?
He skipped and he
jumped the line. Are you supposed to jump the line in school?
No, because if you jump the line, maybe you're not going to get lunch or anything.
You're supposed to wait your turn. And what happened?
They probably got into a food fight, and all of a sudden the teacher said, I don't care who started it.
Yeah, and he was trying to blame the other kid, right?
Yes, and all of a sudden the other kid was trying to blame him.
Right, but I think David started that, right?
Yeah, because he hardly doesn't have no missing, but David has a whole bunch of missing.
Right, and then what?
David, recess is over.
Yeah, so recess time is what?
When you can play.
Go outside and play.
Yeah, because recess is always the fun part.
Yeah, but everybody is gone but David. David decided he wanted to keep playing. Are you supposed to do that?
No, because if you stay, maybe you're gonna go and get kicked out of school. Maybe.
You can't get kicked out of school, but you might miss something important going on in class, right? And then David was doing what during a test?
He was making so much noise, and he's in the library.
Oh, he's in the library? Okay, he's in the library. She says he's in the library. But he was making too much noise, so he has to what? Shh. Be quiet, right?
Yes.
Because other people are trying to study. And then what happened?
Again, David.
You're supposed to use the bathroom when?
Before class.
Before class.
And maybe when it's recess or lunchtime, and you're done with lunch or done with recess, maybe you should go to the bathroom before.
Right, because you don't want to miss anything important going on that the teacher is telling you.
Yes.
And then what did David do?
What is Mr. You staying after school? And
He scribbled all over the desk. Are you supposed to write on the school property?
no, but I see something.
You see what?
So you remember that little girl with the pigtails, Mrs. C?
Uh-huh.
Why is she a pig?
David drew her as a pig. Was that nice?
No.
No.
Bad boy, David. Bad boy.
David
bad
was
boy.
really naughty, but you're never supposed to mess up school property.
And
so what
you're not
happened?
supposed to make fun people.
Yeah, you're not supposed to make fun of people either. So the teacher made David what? Clean the desk up. Do you think David did a good job cleaning the desk?
Because the teacher said, David, have you finished?
And the desks are all sparkly, right?
Yes.
So David did a good job. So
Then he got a gold
he got a what?
sticker.
A gold star for finishing washing the desk. So the teacher rewarded him and said what?
Good job, David.
Good job, David. David is starting to learn. So what happens at the end?
You can go home.
David had finally had a good day and was able to go home after washing the desk. So what does this story teach you?
It teaches you to not make fun of people, and it teaches you to pay attention inside class.
Pay attention in school, and you're always supposed to listen to your teachers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what was today's Letterland character?
Golden Girl, which is right behind you.
Golden Girl, Golden Girl. It's seen on the wall of letters. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed today's story of David Goes to School. We are actually in preparation for the end of the school year, and I hope that you all are ready and that you study hard. And those of you that are getting ready to take your end of grade test, do a great job, okay? And I promise you that on next week, KJ is coming back with another read aloud. You never know what she has in store for you.
Yes.
But until then, we're going to say bye. See you the next time.